Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today Shloka is Shloka number 23, chapter 16. Yashastra vidhimutsrijya
Yashastra vidhimutsrijya
Vartate kamakarataha
Vartate kamakarataha
Nasa siddhim avapnoti
Nasa siddhimavapnoti
Nasukham na parangatim.
Sukham na param gatim.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yaha,
Yaha,
anyone who Shastra vidhim,
Shastra vidhim,
the regulations of the scriptures,
the regulations of the scriptures,
utsrijya,
giving up,
vartate, remains,
kamakarataha,
acting whimsically in lust,
acting whimsically in lust,
never,
saha,
he, siddhim, perfection, avapnoti, achieves, never, sukham, happiness, never, param, the supreme,
gatim,
perfectional stage.
Translation:
He who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness
nor
nor the supreme destination. So Prabhupada, this actually begins the final section of this chapter, the last two verses, which is verse 23 and 24. The Lord is essentially telling us the difference between choosing, cultivating the divine qualities or cultivating the demoniac qualities. As we discussed yesterday, we don't have to separately look at subduing the demoniac qualities simply by the process of chanting, hearing, serving, worshipping Krishna. Your divine qualities that are already there within you will surface and will become more visible. That's when you will experience self-transformation. So the choice is ours, essentially. Do we want to practice Krishna consciousness or do we not want to practice Krishna consciousness? As described before, the Shastra Vidhi, or the direction of the Shastra, is given to the different castes and orders of human society. Everyone is expected to follow these rules and regulations. If one does not follow them and acts whimsically according to his lust, greed, and desire, then he will never be perfect in his life. That means each varna and ashram has a set of prescribed duties and responsibilities, and therefore, at a minimum, we should be following the scriptures in relation to this. In other words, a man may theoretically know all these things, but if he does not apply them in his own life, then he is to be known as the lowest of mankind. In the human form of life, a living entity is expected to be sane and to follow the regulations given for elevating his life to the highest platform. But if he does not follow them, then he degrades himself. So the choices are, so even if you have a human body, the Shastras say we cannot consider ourselves to be human beings unless we are following the scriptures. Otherwise, we are just a sophisticated animal. But even if he follows the rules and regulations and moral principles, and ultimately does not come to the stage of understanding the Supreme Lord, then all his knowledge becomes spoiled. So one level above that, Prabhupada, one is you're not following any scriptures. The next is you're following some regulations, some rules and scriptures, and you are keeping with moral principles. But if you've not understood who the Supreme Lord is, even then, because your knowledge is incomplete, Prabhupada is saying your knowledge also becomes spoiled. And even if he accepts the existence of God, if he does not engage himself in the service of the Lord, his attempts are spoiled. So one by one, Prabhupada is explaining to us clearly, okay, if you know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but you're not acting in a way that he is the Supreme Lord, that is, you're not doing any seva, then all of your work is of no use. Therefore, one should gradually raise himself to the platform of Krishna consciousness and devotional service. It is then and there that he can attain the highest perfectional stage, not otherwise. The word kama karataha is very significant. A person who knowingly violates the rules acts in lust. He knows that this is forbidden, but still he acts. This is called acting whimsically. He knows that this should be done, but still he does not do it. Therefore, he is called whimsical. Such persons are destined to be condemned by the Supreme Lord. Such persons cannot have the perfection which is meant for the human life. The human life is especially meant for purifying one's existence. And one who does not follow the rules and regulations cannot purify himself, nor can he attain the real stage of happiness. The purpose of following the prescribed duties and responsibilities, as the Lord explains in chapter 3, is that it helps purify our consciousness. That is the fundamental reason behind following the scriptures. It's that it elevates your consciousness. Scriptures are the guide maps given to humans on the journey toward enlightenment. They provide us with knowledge and understanding. They also give us instructions on what to do and what not to do. These instructions are of two kinds, vidhi and nishedh. The directives to perform certain activities are called vidhi. The directives not to perform certain activities are called nishedh. By faithfully following both these kinds of injunctions, human beings can proceed toward perfection, which means there are a set of things that scriptures will say we have to do, so we have to follow them. There are a set of things that scriptures say that we should not do, and we should follow that too. But the ways of the demoniac are the reverse of the teachings of the scriptures. They engage in prohibited acts and refrain from recommended ones. Referring to such people, Sri Krishna declares that those who renounce the authorized path and act according to their whims, impelled by the impulses of their desires, achieve neither true knowledge, nor the perfection of happiness, nor liberation from material bondage. So essentially, the Lord is saying, we should not discard the scriptures. The Lord himself is saying, we should not discard the scriptures and do whatever we want. Because if we do that, our consciousness is getting degraded.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.